Does your power serve you, or do you use it to serve others? A guy named Lord Acton in 1887 had this famous quote. It is, "Power tends to corrupt, and absolute power corrupts absolutely." Maybe you've heard that before. I think it's a pretty good quote and mostly true, I would say. But Jesus highlights today what we do with power. He kind of tells I would say, a mini parable where he talks about someone left in charge from a master. They call him a servant that's left in charge. And he says, if this servant's left in charge to give the food and take care of other servants, that's what the master's left them in charge for. They've been given power to basically care for these other servants. But then he talks about this kind of wicked or kind of self-indulgent servant who doesn't use his power to care for the other servants. In fact, he gets drunk and fat on all the stuff the master left and neglects the other servants. And he talks about how the master will punish him for his irresponsibility. Well, I think this calls us to account today to examine our power and what we do with our power. See, we all have power. Some of us have official roles, like we're a mom or a dad or an older brother or an older sister, or maybe we have we have employees and we're an employer, or we're a manager of somebody's business and we have employees, or maybe even volunteer roles where we're in charge of different volunteers. But we also have influence. And influence isn't just like a designated role, like, this is my job, but rather influence in people's lives, in our friends' lives, in the lives of people who look up to us or who admire us for a skill or for our character or something. And so I would say we all have some kind of power. And this passage begs the question, what are we doing with our power? Are we using it for our self-gain, or are we using it to serve others? And I think we need to examine ourselves and invite the Holy Spirit to help us examine ourselves. Because if our power is just to serve us, then we're not following the way of Jesus. But if our power is there to serve others and to love others and care for others, to feed others and to point them towards Jesus, then I think our heart and our power is in the right place. And so would you pray today? Would you invite the Holy Spirit to help you examine, to figure out, am I using this power I have for the purposes that it's intended? Hope it's a good word for you today. Take care.